The NFL season is here. It is time to unveil my all-pro predictions. Let's start with the offense. Bada bing, bada freaking boom. We're going to start at quarterback. My MVP pick. Check the next video for that analysis. Patrick Mahomes, I think he climbs back and gets his third all-pro nod of his career. Joining him in the backfield, I have Derrick Henry. He did not get the all-pro nod last year, but he did get one in 2020. I would argue he deserved the all-pro nod last year, but I might just be a Ravens fan.
I think so.
Yeah. There is more analysis to the Henry versus Barkley thing to me, but people like the big round number 2,000 yards. It's like, fine. Henry was more efficient, and he wasn't running behind the best offensive line in football. I digress. Receiver core, Justin Jefferson, that's the easy one. Drake London. Hear me out. With Michael Penix slanging that thing down the field, Drake London's going to eat. Drake London's going to eat on those dig routes. He's going to eat on comebacks. He's going to eat down the boundary. He is a top 10 wide receiver, and I think he will have some incredible production. I think Atlanta's going to have two 1,000-yard receivers. Last year, they were very close with Mooney missing the last two games of the season. He had like 980 yards or something like that. London's going to have a massive season. 13, 14, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, 14 touchdowns, like a peak Mike Evans sort of season out of Drake. And I think Garrett Wilson is going to have one heck of a season in New York. And I know, I get it, Justin Fields. 2023 Chicago Bears. Your leading receiver was DJ Moore. How many yards did DJ Moore have? Jack, I didn't fill you in on the answer, but the answer is 1,364. In a Justin Fields offense. The Jets have a better offensive line than the 2023 Bears. And Fields has had some development as a passer. I'm not saying he's like top 5 or anything, but he's had some moderate development. I think Garrett Wilson, 17-game season, can have 1,500 yards. He's going to be around, call it 190 targets. That's about 11 a game. So I could see 120 catches for 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns. Tight end, this is an easy pick for me, Brock Bowers. I think he's the best slot receiver in the NFL. You can quibble if he's the best tight end in the NFL with George Kittle. The production's going to be there. He has a better quarterback. He has a more competitive team. You have better offensive line. You have a tangible rushing threat. You have a 1,000-yard receiver on the outside in Jacoby Myers. You have Dante Thornton out of Tennessee taking the top off the defense. I think Bowers is going to eat, and I think Vegas is a sneaky playoff team led by Brock Bowers. He's also bald now, so he has superpowers. In the left.
That's how that works, surely.
Yes, that is. There's a reason Michael Jordan is considered the GOAT. It's because he's bald. Then the offensive line. This is a crapshoot, honestly, because a lot of this is reputation. I call it Lane Johnson disease, or more so Jason Kelce disease.
Sure.
Sorry, Eagles. But I digress. Left tackle, Deion Dawkins. Eat that, Bills fans. Oh, we don't have all pros, so Allen should win MVP. You're going to get an all pro this year, Deion Dawkins. Left guard, give me Peter Skoronski. He's really developed out of Northwestern. You thought, oh, he should play tackle. Tennessee said, he's a guard. He is the best offensive line coach, or second best, in Bill Callahan. And I think he's developed really nicely. And I think Tennessee, makes some progress this year. They go from 3 wins to 6 or 7 wins. And Skoronski on the interior is a big reason why. Then the best offensive lineman in football, Creed Humphrey. We'll talk about him more in our next video. Right guard, Quinn Miners goes back to back. And then right tackle, Penei Sewell. It's a coin flip with Lane Johnson. I think Sewell's a better run blocker. Lane's the better pass blocker. However you want to balance that, that's fine. Coin flip. I have the Lions going 10-7 anyways. So give Penei the right tackle spot. Jack, what are your thoughts, sir?
I'm still slightly fuming about how the Rams passed on Creed Humphrey in the 2021 draft. They were in need of a center. They took Tutu Atwell. Now, in fairness, Tutu Atwell has blossomed over the last few years, so I'm expecting big things from him this year. But and like short term too, he won the Super Bowl that year, so it is what it is. But yeah, Creed Humphrey is that dude. So I can kind of understand.
Creed's a multi-time Super Bowl champion, multi-time All-Pro. Yeah. Good job, Packers, by the way. All right, we head over to the defense on the interior. Best player in football. Hey, we're not there yet. Best player in football, Dexter Lawrence. anchoring the interior. We have Mr. Spit himself next to him. To be clear, I made these predictions before Thursday Night Football and before Jalen Carter. I mean,
We
man,
almost had a spit 2.0 because I was mid-drink when you said that. I had to keep it in.
we don't have an award for Spitter of the Year, but Jalen Carter is the front runner for that one. On the edge, we have Jared Verse, Rams legend. Can he finish a sack, please? He had 4.5 last year. I know he went bananas in the playoffs. I'm just begging for Jared Verse to learn a thing called tackling.
He would have more sacks. He would have had like 20 sacks last year if he would have just finished the tackles that he wrapped up. But pressures matter too.
Yes, pressures matter. He was among the league leaders in pressures, and then when he factor in playoffs, he did lead everybody in pressures. And the pressure king is on the other side. That's Max Crosby. If I'm going to be high on Vegas, they need to have some outstanding players. I think Mad Max, the Condor, returns to form as one of the best players in football, let alone pass rushers, and have him in my All-Pro team. On the second level, Fred Warner. This is a given. Like even Jack would have to admit, Fred Warner, LB1.
Unfortunately,
Second
yes.
LB spot, not Zach Bond, not Roquan Smith, not Diane Henley. Shout out to the Chargers, though. We got Edrin Cooper from the Green Bay Packers. He is a true menace to society. He plays in all three phases. He's a solid cover player. He is a demon in run defense. Let me tell you that. And next to Quay Walker, with Quay developing little by little, I think Edrin has a big year. He started to garner hype over last season, becoming more of a focal point in the defense. And I think this year it's straight from the jump. He's going to be a Pro Bowl level player, an All Pro level player. He'll take that mantle from the I'll call it the Devondre Campbell Award, being the second best linebacker in football behind Fred Warner. And then this defensive back room is loaded. Starting CB1 this season, give me Derek Stingley. CB2, give me Christian Gonzalez. I know he's going to miss week 1. I hope that doesn't linger because that would make this pick really, really bad. Third, CB, my defensive back pick, give me Christian Benford of the Buffalo Bills. Again, eat that, Bills fans. He's really good. I know he's a little banged up right now, but he'll play week 1. But he's sick. He's in my top 10 corners. I think number 8, but I think he has a big year. Buffalo's defense should be better than last year by DVOA standards. I know they had a good scoring defense, but I think they'll be a bit better this season with more of a pass rush, more of an ability to defend the run. A healthy Milano and the linebacker core would really help. And the safeties, Kyle Hamilton's the best safety in the world. I don't need any more explanation. And then Antoine Winfield, I think, bounces back. He had a really down season last year, uncharacteristically. But the second safety spot, that could be one of the Detroit guys. That could be Xavier McKinney again. That could be Jesse Bates. He's still gnarly. Buda Baker and Jalen Thompson in Arizona. Watch out for them. Julian Love in Seattle. Brandon Jones in Denver. There's some fun options there. But I have Winfield in my safety 2 spot. Jack, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we had the issues that came up with Jalen Carter. I don't think that will affect his play this year, though. So, but yeah, I agree with you about Kyle Hamilton. Unfortunately, I agree with you about Fred Warner, and I agree with you on Max Crosby. I feel like you've got to have somebody outstanding on the Raiders defense this year, and Max Crosby is very much that guy. So I really wish the Rams would have made a trade for him somehow, because he and Jared Verse on that pass rush that would look nasty.
Yeah, I mean, Verse is like a great pass rusher. Like, I have no problem. He's a top 40 player in the NFL for me. The rest of the unit, I think, is more of a sum of its parts piece, I would say. Like Braden Fisk, I don't think I think the Rams get more out of him than Braden Fisk would be like in a vacuum, right? Like Madden rating wise, Fisk might be in the 70s, but the way the Rams utilize him and his skills, he's more like an 82, right? And that rest of the line
helps.
Yeah, having Verse helps. Having Poona Ford, who I think is another good player, that will help to me. But I don't think the rest of the Rams defensive line is like full of studs, but they play up because Verse exists and because of the scheme.
And that's why Aaron Donald, honestly, that's a reason why he was so good. It wasn't just because he was like explosive in his own right, but it's also because offensive coordinators had to plan around Aaron Donald, and he was getting double teamed all the time. But then when you're double teaming Aaron Donald, you're leaving a guy like he played with who's a guy
Greg
he played with?
Gaines,
Greg
Ashawn Robinson.
Gaines, Von Miller, for crying out loud. Like
Von
you're
Miller's a pretty
leaving.
good number 2.
He is a pretty good number 2. So you're double teaming those guys, and you're leaving other guys open for one-on-ones. So the way the Rams and Sean McVay are like utilizing those pieces, it makes them play up. So I think that it's just more of the same, and I think that makes the Rams pass rush very dangerous this year.
Yeah, and I think the Rams are going to be a playoff team, and Jared Verse is going to be the point of the spear, if you will.
Indeed.
So here are my all-pro teams. I'll show the offensive one. I'll run through that. Mahomes, Derrick Henry, receiver core of Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, tight end, Brock Bowers, offensive line from left to right, Deion Dawkins, Peter Skoronski, Creed Humphrey, Quinn Miners, and right tackle Penei Sewell. Defensively on the interior, we got Dexter Lawrence and Jalen Carter. Edges, Max Crosby, Jared Verse. Linebackers, Fred Warner and Edgerrin Cooper. Corners, Derek Stingley Jr. and Christian Gonzalez. Safeties, Kyle Hamilton, Antoine Winfield Jr. And my flex defensive back position, Christian Benford. So 2 Christians in the DB room. So that's cool.
There you go.
So if you have reached the end of the video, go ahead and comment your all-pro team. Give me someone that you expect to jump to that all-pro level. I mentioned Devondre Campbell earlier. He came out of left field to be an all-pro, but give me your pick. Give me your third-year player, fourth-year player, whatever it may be that makes that jump from good player, solid player to one of the best players in the NFL.